Hello, and thank you for joining us from our studios in Israel. I'm Aaron Porras here with ILTV's Morning Briefing.
Following the United States' withdrawal from northeastern Syria last month, Turkish armies invaded the territory under the guise of eliminating Kurdish terrorist groups and establishing a safe zone for Syrian refugees. But even after ending the siege, hundreds of thousands of ethnic Kurdish civilians have been displaced and hundreds more have been killed. While Israel, which has long been an ally to the Kurds, may not be able to physically defend these people from harm. But according to senior Israeli officials, Israel has been providing aid to the Kurds of northeastern Syria ever since the U.S. pulled out. Deputy Foreign Minister Tzipi Hotovely revealed Wednesday that Israel has received many Kurdish requests for assistance, mainly diplomatic and humanitarian, and that Israel is responding to the call through a range of channels. But this is the first such confirmation that Israel is actually committing to Prime Minister Netanyahu's October promises to support the Kurds in Syria. Also, despite not giving any details regarding how Israel is supporting the Kurds in particular, Hotovely explains that helping the Kurds is a win-win for Israel and the region, especially as they've been instrumental both against the Islamic State and Iran. But most importantly, Hotovely says that really, this is a moral stand that Israel is proud to take. Israel has long been petitioning the international community to install stricter oversight over UNRWA, the international UN agency specifically designed to care for the welfare of Palestinian refugees. But after years of mismanagement and allegations of incitement to terrorism, among other major issues, Israel is now pushing for UNRWA's complete shutdown, with Israeli Foreign Minister Israel Katz saying that the renewal of UNRWA's mandate would be unreasonable and immoral. In fact, he again explains that the agency is part of the problem and not the solution by perpetuating the refugee issue in a political manner while distancing any possibility for future resolution. And it's true that under UNRWA's special definitions, the number of Palestinian refugees alone has exploded from 750,000 in 1948 to over 5.5 million today, whereas all other refugee populations on Earth decline over time under the UNHCR. Well, now, to make matters worse, just a few weeks ahead of the deadline to renew its mandate, UNRWA's Commissioner General, Pierre Kranbuhl, is resigning. The news comes amid investigations into allegations of misconduct and adds fuel to the Close UNRWA fire, with Israeli UN Ambassador Dani Danon saying that this compounds the reasons that UNRWA should be shut down and alternative models for refugees are considered. For now, though, the details of the probe against Kranbuhl remain mum, and he'll be replaced for the time being by acting officer in charge to UNRWA, Christian Saunders. Palestinian President Mahmoud Abbas, aka Abu Mazen, has been in power in Ramallah for the better part of nearly 15 years, because despite only serving in a 4-year term, Abbas has suspended every potential election since his own in 2005. But while nothing is set in stone just yet, the PA leader announced in September at the UN General Assembly that elections may finally come about as early as February 2020, first for parliament and then for the presidency. And ever since that September announcement, Fatah, Hamas, and even the Palestinian Islamic Jihad officials have been meeting up to set up the ground rules and work out any of the kinks. But now it looks like once again the road to Palestinian democracy has fallen apart, as both Hamas and the Palestinian Islamic Jihad are rejecting President Abbas's conditions for the vote. Abbas sent a memorandum with the details of his most recent terms to the two Gaza-based terror groups on Tuesday, and Hamas and the Islamic Jihad rejected them the next day, apparently in protest against conditions that forced them to recognize the PLO and all of its agreements prior to participation in the ballots, because among the PLO's agreements are deals like the Oslo Accords, which call for Gaza's demilitarization and Palestinian cooperation on security and other common issues with Israel. 3 babies, 48 hours, 1 tired medical worker. A paramedic in Tel Aviv came to the aid of 3 mothers who were going to have babies whether or not they made it to the hospital. And it all started at 4:30 a.m. on Sunday morning when Issachar Weiss, a 24-year-old volunteer from Magen David Adom paramedics, responded to the call of duty. One mother was already in the process of giving birth and the head of her baby was crowning. Well, Weiss coached her to push and finish the job. But little did he know that it was just the beginning. 1 baby down, 2 more to go. Baby number 2 came the following morning, though, at 5 a.m., when Weiss found himself in Bnei Brak helping another woman who didn't make it to the hospital. And just 12 hours later, Weiss had yet another baby on his hands. So by 5 p.m., the third was delivered in the Hatikva neighborhood of Tel Aviv. But Weiss says that at-home deliveries are actually very unusual and that it's truly a last resort. But when it does happen successfully, it's really fun.
That's all for now, so follow us on Facebook at Israel English News and of course on Instagram. I'm Aaron Porras, and see you later with our main daily broadcast from Israel at 2 p.m. Eastern Time.